All right, guys. So the next position we're going to show is going to be a variation on the back corner tilt, which is going to be almost like a transition to X guard. And you can see this when you're attempting to go into a saddle or any type of backwards X position or even X position. It works very, very similarly. And the nice thing is it's kind of a locus point right in between all of those. So if you decide to bounce yourself into other things based on what your opponent's doing, you'll find that that's not much of a challenge. So we come back again. Here we are, and I found myself at 50-50, but I'm just like, man, for the life of me, I can't get to the front corner. This is really tough. So I'm going to extend my top leg high, or I'm sorry, my inside leg, I should say high, heel in, toes out to make it difficult for Adam to immediately do anything. Again, we don't open our legs here, just sitting here. If you do that against a sharp heel hooker like Adam, you would want to wish you had not. So I expand. Also do me here, shift your upper body towards me to hit me, please.
There's a wall.
Yep. Shift your upper body towards me, and please don't punch me, but you definitely, could you reach my face? Yep. So if I do this, I'm like, all right, slide over. He's going to backhand me in the face super hard, and I'm ugly enough already, so do that now.
I can't.
Go backhand, no one. So if we come back, he might do that, but less effective. So anyway, I make a backside hook, go to a backwards X, and all I'm looking to accomplish here, again, you could find yourself, if Adam were to press into me as I described before, if you pop up, you could claim the far leg, which we'll get into later, but assuming our partner is savvy to that and recognizes the danger, he doesn't give us the opportunity, I'm going to take my free leg, check his knee, or if necessary, sometimes this fits in here with people that are long or flexible, and like, get that thing away from me, I'll turn it open, I'm going to drag his hip to the floor, and build my way into a leg drag. It's important that you drag their hip to the ground when you can, because the higher up in the air they are, the more likely they are to try to scramble with you. I'd love to have this not become a single leg situation. If it becomes a single leg situation, no sweat. If the idea of the single leg scares you, learn to wrestle. But that, again, not from me, but from people that know what they're really doing. But if we come back, 1, 2, I can stabilize the position a little bit. If you try to run around, this front hook makes it difficult. If you try to back up towards me, the back hook makes it difficult. Can you describe the pressure you feel, please, Adam?
Yeah, I feel like your shin and your knee are creating a wall that would be difficult for me to drive through or get over.
Okay. What about pressure left to right?
I feel like I can keep my hands on the mat, but I feel like there's pressure pushing me back that way.
This knee, 100%, is going to drag into the pocket of his hip, and that's kind of what's making his butt sit down here. If this knee was out wide, if it was lazy.
Oh,
so,
I feel like it.
Yeah, this again, this is back to my point about, like, if I'm doing some absolute garbage, you can tell, like, straight on its face. But if I'm doing something really, really well and moderately well, it's not necessarily always apparent. Right now, there's not much pressure going on. I'm like, man, I can't sweep him. I don't know why. Now I'm torquing. I'm opening my body to the outside, to the direction that I want to turn. Head up, back straight. I'm not twisted in multiple directions. I'm not trying to use my good girl muscles to twist him over that way. I'm expanding my body, extending, turning my entire structure, checking his foot out if necessary, dragging his hip all the way to the ground. Please lift your hip. Can't do it. Slide up. Now, something to consider. Can I borrow a second? People, the more confident your defense is in any given situation, the more leeway you have to alter your technique. If Adam starts to hop up or turn that way, he can build himself back up. Now, of course, I can try to chase the back and do a number of different things. But if it was, I need to keep this guy down and I need to do it now, and also if it was a situation like, hey, if I get on top of you, I'm really going to hurt you. What if I took my right leg and just stuck it across him? Well, he'll heel hook you. Well, unless my defense is really good, in which case I'll maybe beat the life out of him. So if we come back, if my leg defense can't stand up to being in the one leg X, the Ashigarami, or the single leg, a footlock position, then that's not an option. If it is an option, though, if my defense can stand up to that sort of thing, it's the equivalent of being able to feel comfortable boxing in the pocket. If you can do it, you're much more likely to knock people out because you can get very close to them. So if we come back again, I twist Adam down, I sit his hip down. As he starts trying to get away, I go, stop that, and I cut him off with my leg, and I build my base up. Again, as we, this kind of goes on, it's obvious on its face, but it just in case someone's got a little bit less experience, guard passing is way less big a deal in fighting than it is in grappling. In grappling, it wins me the match. In fighting, maybe I need to pass you, maybe I don't. Maybe I can just punch you from right here. And if I was going to guard pass you to punch you, but I can punch you right now, I might as well just cut to the chase and hit you. So if we come back all the way up, here we are 50-50. I turn 1, 2. This leg is toes out, heel in. 1. I'm sitting up as much as I can. Turn him. I'll try to get up. I can build all the way in. If Adam kicks me off and starts turning away, I'm like, I'll stick my foot back across and re-smother to control. So again, situation and context dictate tactics, but the more sound you are defensively, the more options are on the table for you to be able to modify your technique as the situation requires.